I'm exhausted, as you can probably tell from yesterday's recap. I was in the hospital, not being sick or anything, just you know, for somebody else. Um, and I was there till almost 4 a.m. And I think my tiredness should I should not have traded today because of how tired I was. I am red today by 241 bucks, and this because this trade I took was a very badly managed trade, really badly managed. And I was gonna rescue it with mRNA, but then I realized what was I doing? Like, I you can already see I put in too many contracts. I broke so many rules today, and this always happens on days where I'm tired, um, and I'm not sort of well, and I find that one of the things I'm working on now, as you can probably tell, I'm working on so many things, which is why I'm trading very small because I want to get out of those things. One of the things I'm working on is my emotions and my physical state. It's something that a lot of people actually take for granted. Your emotional state is very important when it comes to, and your physical state's very important when it comes to taking trades or even trading as a whole. And something just triggered, by the way. Um, this I would have messed this up if I was trading on the 5 minutes and realizing that you got to trade the setup. If you see the setup on a higher time frame, the trigger tends to be better when you look at it on that time frame. But that's another thing, by the way, and I will explain that later. So as I was saying, yeah, so I was so tired, and I am still tired, and I turned a winning trade into a loser with Apple. But I'm glad I managed to get out before it even got worse. But still, I actually was at the point where it was a win. It was a winner, and I should have just gotten out. But you see, at that point, your emotional mind, your state of mind, is just not there, and you start to make mistakes. And today was one of those days. I kind of foresaw it. I foresaw the fact that maybe this is not the day to be trading as I am tired. But I'm glad I've learned this. Anyway, so let's go through everything. So I woke up this morning, and I'm going to talk about my emotions and everything now. I woke up this morning. Um, oh, just before I go, I want you guys to look at this setup, and we'll go into it. So just look at it as it is right now. Look how many bear bars are forming on the 15-minute and the 5-minute. And I'm becoming better at how do you say, spotting how or working out how to trade these setups on the particular time frame that you're trading. And now because I would see the setup sometimes on the 1 hour, and I wouldn't actually trade it properly on the 5 minute because I'm trading it as if I saw the setup on a 5 minute. And the trigger works best when you see it on that time frame. But that's by the by. All right, so let's go into our first trade was okay. Just before that, today I was looking at different things. I was looking at Nvidia, I was looking at Tesla, I was looking at some of the ones I saw yesterday: Apple, Spotify, and other bits and bobs. V was the first one. I think V was my first trade. I entered short on V again, playing that dreaded supply and demand. And then I got out because I was like, hang on. So basically, I looked at V before the market opened, and I saw this. And I said to myself, don't go short at the open. Do not do it. So I saw this. So this hadn't formed. This was already here. So I saw this already. And I said, you cannot go short at the open. Just don't do it. If you do it, you're going to lose. And what did I do? I saw this bar form and I went short. And then I just remembered later on, I was like, no, you can't go short. Don't go short. It's going to reverse. Don't go short. This is a trap. So I got out really quickly. I think I took an $8 loss, because of slippage. I sold a bid. I got in with 2 contracts, I believe. How many did I get in with? Oh, actually, my first trade wasn't that. My first trade was Apple. Yeah, I got in with 2 and I sold them straight away because I thought, that was a bad mistake. And as you can see, it was. If anything, the plan should have been go long, but I didn't want to go long because, hey, we're in no man's land. This area, you want to be going up. Fair enough, we're going sideways. We may come down, but the move was this. The move has ended. This is a double top for people who are trading this time frame. So this is not the time. I mean, it's probably going to go down now and then break out here, but this move at the open wasn't right. Apple is in a trading range today. So this is what happened with Apple. So on the 5-minute chart, I went short here. One contract, enter the second contract here. And the reason why is because I saw this rise. Look at this wedge. And we've broken the channel, but we're having a hard time staying up. So, I mean, this bar closed on its high, and it didn't freak me out, but it kind of made me think, maybe I should get out of this. But I stayed in it because I was looking at Tesla, and I went short on Tesla at that time. And then I saw this selling, and I was like, perfect, brilliant, beautiful. And then now did something pretty stupid. As this bar got to this point, I now bought 10 put contracts as well. So I had 12 in. Got here, I think I was up about $350. And we started to stall. I first saw this wick, then I saw this wicked. I'm still in profit at this point, but I thought, maybe it's time to get out. But I was like, nah, consolidate and then break. And that's the problem. I wasn't trading what was going on. I was trading what I wanted. Probably will happen here. You've kind of pulled back. Anyway, so this now started going up, and this is when I made the next mistake. I was looking at a lower time frame, the 2 minutes. So trade the time frame. No, so set your targets based on the time frame you are trading. I'm trying to write down these rules, and they're more emotional rules. Like, never use up all your buying power on one trade, which is what I did on Apple. I bought 60 contracts in the end, and I'm going to explain that. And then some other bits and pieces. So I started buying and buying and buying, and regardless, and I was like, whatever I do, this is my stop, right? And I kept buying. And then when we got here, I had 60 contracts in. And I thought, okay, I could buy some more. I couldn't. I'd already used up all my buying power. And I thought, oh shit, big mistake. Went down here, and I was back in profit. But of course, I can take my profits. On the 2-minute chart, I think I saw a reason why I needed to get out. Yeah. So, this is the other thing. So, look at this. If you see this is going to be minor. So I saw all this buying, and I thought, oh crap, the bulls are pushing the price higher, and they're bidding the price higher. This was a strong sell, which was basically based on supply and demand. This area is an area of selling. But look, follow through was so bad. This was disappointing, and I thought, okay, I need to find an exit. And this happened, and I should have gotten out here. I just wasn't quick enough. Yeah, it wasn't quick enough. This came here, and I said, okay, if this breaks, I'm getting out. Otherwise, if it comes back down, I'm just going to hold, because maybe this is consolidation, and we could probably be in a downtrend. But that wasn't the case, because I thought, okay, fine, this was the first trend. Nope, like I drew a channel from this point. Actually, let's use these two lows. So I drew a channel from this to this, which doesn't really work when you think about it. And the reason why it doesn't is because you're assuming this is where the trend started. Anyway, so I now adjusted this. I'm so tired. That's the problem. I adjusted this to this, and that did not work. And I thought, okay, this isn't working out. We're not getting the selling we want, so this is probably. And then the other thing that hit me was, if we're pulling back, this is a bull flag. Bull flag. We're going up for a second leg, and we're probably in a trading range. If we are in a trading range, I bought here where the risk was so high, and this is where I should always remember, if I'm buying so many contracts here, this is always going to be my stop. Never do that. You can always buy here or buy here. Wait, how do you know to buy here? Because this is the wedge, and I saw that, I saw that when we were trading, and I didn't really think to just buy at wedges. Instead, I was so stuck on just trading because I wanted to stop trading for the day, and I just wanted to make lots of money, and that's the easiest way to lose money. Kind of forcing things. You can definitely hear by my voice I'm exhausted. So that I went wrong in. This pullback, so one pullback, two trading range, price action, two legs up, two legs, that sort of thing. I didn't really consider that. I just consider the fact that, okay, fine, even if I sold this, always in shorts, this is your stop. You can always sell on, but don't throw everything in. So even if I had shorted with two contracts over here, and the follow through was really bad, I could have just waited for a wedge like this, like this high, and then just shorted two more over there, and I would have been in profit at this point. But I managed it so badly because I was trading it like a trend, and I should never do that. Never, ever do that. I should always trade on pick a time frame, and I think that's what I'm going to write now. Trade on one time frame for that particular trade, if that makes sense. So if I'm trading a 2 minute, stick to the 2 minute. If I'm trading the 5 minutes, so if I'm trading the 2 minutes, stick to setups on the 2 minute, and vice versa. So if I see a setup on the 2 minute, I trade only the 2 minute. If I see a setup on the 5 minutes, I trade only the 5 minute. But I can't be trading like multiple time frames and saying, oh, this is going to drop because of this. Nah, you've got to stick to what you're trading, because at the end of the day, you are a price action trader and you're focusing on what's actually happening on that particular time frame, not what is happening overall. Yes, Apple may come back down and test the bottom, but you also have to remember it doesn't work the way you expect it to. We may sell off, but look at that. We may actually do sell off, but we're consolidating. We're in a triangle of sorts, and I didn't have the patience for that, so that was that. Anyway, so messed up that. So I kept on, and I just got out with my 60 contracts here for that loss, and learned a good lesson there. I just need to focus. I turned off my P&L. I turned it back on, but I turned it off when I was trading. The Tesla was the other one I traded while I was trading Apple. And so what we did was this. So this is why I took the shorts I took on Tesla. So I did short Tesla, and I went short. Let's look at the 15-minute chart. So we had one rise, two rise, three rise. So I still had a good short. Oh, sorry. So 3 pushes to the top. So I thought, okay, short. So I went short here. And I shorted with just 2 contracts. Was it 1 contract? I can't remember. Actually, let's have a look. I shorted with 3 contracts. Oh, no. I first went with 2, then 1. Yeah, so why did I do that? So I shorted with 2 around here, pulled back a bit, and I entered 1, and then we got over here. let's go to the 2 minute, and then I was now looking at the 2 minute. Whenever that kind of happens, I start looking at the 2 minutes, and I'm like, what is going on? The follow through didn't look great. We came down, we wicked, we didn't really engulf this candle, so that already told me something was wrong. We were probably, oh wow, look at this triangle at the top. Nice sell there. Oh gosh, I see these things and I need to trade these things. Anyway, so what happened? So yeah, so I saw this, and I think here I was kind of going in and out of profit. It was kind of going around my entry, and that's when I entered the third contract. Came down here, and I just took my wins when I just noticed we got down to this base, and I thought, okay, this is not working out. Forget it. And as you can see, we have a triangle, 1, 2, 3. So 3 pushes up. This functions like a wedge. So this would have been an incredible sell. And as you can see, you had 2 legs down, 1, pull back, 2. Or it's actually pause, 1, pause, 2. And this would have been, this was a good high 1 buy. What's a high 2? This is a high 2. No, that's not high 2. No, there isn't a high 2. But anyway, you can see we may start selling off, because the moving average is holding us up. But anyway, we're going sideways. Why did I put the VWAP here? I put it here because I wanted to see whether we were going sideways or we were going up. And it looks like we may be going down now, because we formed a little wedge here. All right, so that was Tesla. And I made money on Tesla, and I was like, yeah, I was like happy, great. But wasn't to be. Then I went into mRNA. I'm sure that's still going. Yeah, it's gone sideways now. So mRNA, why did I do this? Oh wow, it came back here. So mRNA was, I bought it when it broke this. I mean, didn't buy it because it broke this line. I broke it because it made a new high. But then I looked and I thought, this is a wedge. This is a wedge. This is a 3 push pattern wedge. 1, 2, 3. But then I was betting that it would fail. I was expecting this to happen. We pulled back and then we went up. So this did not trigger a sell for sellers. We went up, went up, went up. I think the highest we ever got was about $70 because we only had enough buying power for 1 contract. I was trading this to try and get to break even for the day. So I set an exit point, but it wasn't to be. So then it pulled back here, and then it pulled back even more. And I thought, okay, this is not looking very good. And then it went back up. And I thought, great. I had double top, and I thought, oh crap. Came back down. I think this is where. And then it pulled back. So what happened here? This is when I got out. I got out around here. No, I got out here. When I saw it pull back up, and then we started to come back down. I went to the 1 minute, and I saw that we were. This is the problem. Switching to time frames. Yeah, we got up here. When I saw this double top again, and I saw this bar, I just said, get out, forget it. Take your little $25 win and just get out of this trade. And that's why I left mRNA. We're at a very strong point of resistance. This was the last swing high. So maybe traders who bought this area are getting out here now. And we have a double top forming, so we could probably go sideways for a bit. Yeah, we've kind of gone, spiked, channeled, and then momentum we're losing momentum. So I got in late in the trend. You could, so just as a tip, you can still trade this, right? You could enter here long and let it reverse on you. It's totally fine. The thing about getting late in trends is you have to remember where you have to put your stop. So if this is where your stop is, because if you think about it, this is a trading range, then you just buy dips. So because we're in an uptrend, we haven't started trending down. So whenever it dips, you just buy there, as long as you keep your stop in a very reasonable place. So you trade with a wider stop. That was it today. And I mean, what was the main thing that messed me up today? Tiredness, really. I did not, and then just really not respecting the fact that you really need to focus on proper setups. Now let's go back to the SPY and what I was looking at just now. Oh my gosh, look at that beautiful short. So I saw this rise before I started doing this recap. 3 push up. So I thought, okay, we now need a strong signal bar to go short. This is on the 15-minute, by the way. So this setup I'm seeing on the 15-minute. We have one. This isn't a pullback, but here on the 5-minute it is. And then you now have a drop. So now what is that? This is probably a credible sell here, which is here. Now, how do you trade this? The signal is on here. You could, if you want, start selling, but it's difficult because, as you can see, this could have been a potential signal, but it's difficult to trade this. You now need a micro wedge. So this is one spike, channel, exhaustion, like breakout, double top. This is a credible sell, and on the 15-minute, you have a really good, you have good follow through. One could potentially say, okay, this is where you probably pull back, but yeah, this was a very good setup. And I need to, the reason why I did not have the patience to wait the entire day is because, again, I was tired. Had I been patient to wait the entire day, I think I would not have entered with so much, and I would have traded a bit better. And these are the things that affect traders. And then I think one more thing, I'm going to try and trade, say something like the SPY throughout the day. So I'm going to look for setups throughout the day on the SPY. So let's say, for instance, now we have this wedge here. Based on this wedge, we probably have this wedge here. So 1, 2, 3, and then now looking for a bear bar closing on its low. This would have been a good sell, putting a stop here. Almost got stopped out. I probably have gotten out here, but again, look at that. You now have this, and it worked out. But then again, this is the other thing. When you're in a trend, the first reversal is never really a good one. It's the second one you're after. This is a better sell. I need to just stick to those rules. If I'm going to take this reversal, I need to wait for the second one. So this is the low 1 short. This is the low 2. This is the low 2 short. So the low 2 is a higher probability sell, and I should really stick to that one instead. All right, I bet Apple is selling off now. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Had I been patient, but I wasn't ready to, draw down. Like now, look at that. It's finally selling off. Now, if I had kept my stop there and just focused on the trade as I initially planned to, this would have been a really good sell, but I didn't. It's all good. These things happen.